So apparently yesterday, the homie Meek Mill was remanded into custody for a supposed um, or an alleged probation violation from stemming from his 2009 drug and weapons charge. Now, I want to emphasize that this was back in 2009. It's now 2017, very close and on the verge of 2018. Some of the facts surrounding the case, all right? He was charged previously back in 2009, had since been released from custody, and apparently in 2015, he also received house arrest for a previous violation of his probation, which he was later taken off of after he fulfilled his obligation for that. This judge that he went in front of, I'm pretty sure something will come out about this judge in particular. Not only did Meek Mill's personal attorneys make recommendations to the judge, but also the prosecutor themselves made recommendations to the judge that he not serve any jail time, that he not serve any prison time for this particular violation of his probation. So that's very key to keep in mind. Not only did Meek Mill's attorneys, but also the prosecutors, whose job it pretty much is to put him away and to put him in a box, also said, you know what, we don't think this situation is that severe to where you need to give him jail time. So what does the judge do? He turns around, he says, you know what? Nah, forget that. He apparently cited failed drug tests, as well as an order that was in place that limited his travel. Apparently he violated that as well. But even the prosecutor themselves stated that he had been off drugs and had clean drug tests since January of 2017, and that he had complied with the majority of the requirements of his probation. The most recent infractions that the judge wanted to cite were a fight that he was allegedly a part of in St. Louis, and a reckless driving arrest that he incurred in the state of New York. It's funny that the judge brought those up because what's interesting to find out about those two charges, both of those charges were dropped. Now, with all that being said, the fact of the matter is that Meek Mill's attorneys are going to be most definitely seeking an appeal of this judgment, because any and everyone that's come in contact with this case will say that this is blatantly overstepping. This is blatantly an abuse of power. It's excessive. 2 to 4 years for a probation violation from an old ass charge from back in 2009. When even the prosecutor himself is telling you, look, judge, we don't want to give him any time. He's been doing, for the most part, 95% of what he's supposed to be doing. He's cleaned up his act. He's cleaned up his system, obviously, because he's pissing clean. So if you've even got the state's attorney telling you, nah, judge, we're not even seeking that. We're not even after that. To sit there and still give this man 2 to 4, this is a clear case of them simply trying to hold a brother down. This is a clear case of what happens on a daily basis to people, to specifically men of color, in our judicial system, in our court system, in our prison system. We are big money makers for them. We are big property for them. It's the new age slavery. I hope to God that his lawyers are able to fight this tooth and nail. I hope bruh doesn't see not one day of that time. He's already been remanded to custody. Hopefully he'll get credit for whatever he's doing right now. It's a fucked up situation. It's completely over the top. 2009, man. 2009. It's ridiculous, man. It's 2017, about to be 2018. They doing my man Meek dirty. And I'm not even a huge fan of Meek. He's done some wild stuff. He's a wild bull. But at the same time, he does not deserve this shit. For a fact. He does not deserve no 2 to 4 years. And I'm glad to see other brothers stepping up to voice their opinions about it. I'm glad to see that there's other artists, hell, Jay-Z even came out saying, look, this is the judge reaching. This is above and beyond. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They doing my man dirty. They doing Meek dirty. And whether I'm a fan of him or not, he's still a brother. And they doing him dirty, man. It's your boy Confidential, man. Comment, like, or share.